Welcome, welcome, welcome once again. Thank you for joining me this week. Uh, Today, I'm going to be talking about innovation. And innovation is a state where the body becomes so weakened that it leads to disease and it's almost impossible for you to function. Um, I'm going to be also giving you a new recipe this week. It's a lovely, exciting recipe as usual. Something that is it's raw, something that is full of nutrients and full of aid that will help you to manage degenerative diseases and also taste really, really gorgeous. Yes. So just so you know, the format for the show is usually and still is today that I introduce the show and then I uh, talk to you about the recipe and make the recipe, and hopefully you will get in touch and follow me with it. Um, and the recipe, like I said, is going to help you to alleviate to and to prevent the symptoms that you get from when your body is enervated, which enervation leads to degenerative diseases. And then after that, we're going to do a short presentation which will relate to the subject of the day, innovation. And then I'm going to do a short meditation, and that's it. We're going to be finished for today. And I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it within an hour today. So I'm not going to go too deeply into anything, but you will get as much information as you've always done from me each week. Okay. By the way, I'll mention again that every week I will give you a recipe, and that recipe will help you to manage and prevent degenerative diseases such as, oops, I'm almost knocking over my juices there, such as diabetes, arthritis, high blood pressure, heart problems, prostate issues, fibroids, endometriosis, and the list goes on. Let me not forget to mention neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's and senile dementia and so forth. These recipes are very potent, and they're the same recipes that I have given to my students and my clients over the past 2 decades in the classes that I used to run. And they have worked fantastically for them in helping toward reversing these degenerative diseases. So what I'm sharing with you actually in all of these programs are is information that I've shared with hundreds of my clients over the past couple of decades. And like I said, it's helped them, together with obviously coming on my programs, it's helped them to completely reverse degenerative diseases. And I also teach them how to live healthily so they do not get sick again. Yeah, so every week, if you want to join me by doing the recipes alongside me as I'm working each week, which would make it a bit more interesting for you. And it would probably, seal it within your mind. That's if that's what you want. And you will find that on the link in bio in Instagram, you will find the button to click to get the recipe. You can get the recipe from there. Just click the button and that says request the ingredients, and I will send the ingredients to you so that you can work alongside me and create the recipes each week. Okay. I do this every week because a lot of my clients like to get the ingredients and like to work along with me as I'm doing the recipes, because all of these recipes, I would say 98% of these recipes are raw, and they are recipes that I've put together. So they're not, you're not going to easily find them out there. So it's good if you're working alongside me, and then it actually does seal that in, like I said before. So in this show, I'm going to share with you, like I said, a recipe. I'm going to share a meditation, and I'm going to do a short presentation on the topic of the week, which is innovation. And then we're going to end with a meditation session. By the way, for you, those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. KALEFAA. I'm a holistic health and nutrition doctor and transformational healer. And I help people to reverse degenerative diseases and to learn how to live their lives without disease, without having to look forward to disease as they age, and also to I teach them how to clean and clear their body, and also remove any psychological blockages that may be preventing them from healing. I've been doing this, as I mentioned earlier, for over 2 decades, and I've helped hundreds of people to rid themselves of degenerative diseases, the ones I've mentioned earlier. And as you know, there are a lot more degenerative diseases. And it's, like I said, physically and mentally and spiritually. So I look at treating the body as a complete whole. So if you are experiencing any degenerative diseases, if you are on your way to becoming degenerative, if you are tired of the pain, the fatigue, the pills, the mental and physical degeneration, the depression that so many people experience, because when they look at their lives, they think, well, all I have to live for is disease. And people have actually thought about taking their lives. It has been so difficult for them and so painful for them to live that way. Um, so if you are ready to make a change and to change completely, I mean transformation, to transform, then go to the link in bio, click that link, and book a free 15-minute discovery call with me. And if you want to talk to me longer, you can book a full consultation where we can get a bit deeper into what is going on with you. And we look at how my programs can help you. I run several programs. One is a 3-month, a 90-day program, which is the Holistic Transformational Program. And this is a program that many or most of my clients actually take, because it takes them from sickness to complete success, transforms them from sickness to success. Okay, so what I want to mention here as well is that I've started a list, a waiting list for the Dr. KALEFAA Academy, which will be starting very soon. Everything seems to take so long, and I'm not really too familiar with all of the technology, but it is starting very soon. So if you're interested in that, you can also either call me, as you do on link in bio, or you can give me a ring or send me a WhatsApp and get some more information about that. And there will be a lot more information on the website very soon, so you can actually go there and look at the details for the courses that are going to be run through the academy. Okay, so all I have left to say as part of this introduction is like, subscribe, and share for me. Okay, and before I start with the recipe, I would like to just call on the higher power to bless us this day and help us to get through this program without any hiccups, and also to bless this program so we all get the best from it. Yeah? So, what is our recipe for the day? Yes, our recipe today, I fancied actually, I'm doing this one as much for you as it is for me. Um, this is a jackfruit cheesecake, and I love the raw cheesecakes. Yeah? So I'm going to show you how to make a jackfruit cheesecake, and I'll show you the jackfruit for you, those of you who are not familiar with it, so that I'm going to pick out all the bits and show it to you, and hopefully you'll be able to get hold of it. I know in some countries they have it frozen now, because they found, it is so nutrition, new, it is so full of nutrition that it's one of those things that you want to bring into your diet. And you're going to need 2 to 3 cups of jackfruit. And I have the jackfruit here. You can see this is just a small piece. The jackfruit is quite a big fruit. If you look it up online, you'll see it's a big fruit that grows on a substantial tree. And there is the inside of it. We're going to work on that in a minute. And we are going to make a cashew cream for the inner part of the cheesecake. And for the, so we've got here, you can have, I would say 2 to 3 cups of cashews, and I've soaked them overnight so that it's nice and soft and ready for blending. And here I have almonds and sultanas or currants. The reason I have sultanas is because I couldn't find any dates, and the recipe calls for dates. So when you get yours, you want to get, this is about, this is actually 2.5 cups of almonds, and you can get approximately a cup of dates. And I soak the almonds, because the almonds actually is one of the fruits that, one of the nuts that it's best that you soak, because the skin on the outside contains tannin, which prevents the nutrients from coming through. So I actually bought the shredded almonds, and I regretted it because I forgot that it's one of the nuts that needed to soak. And when I got up this morning and looked at it, the outer skin was coming off, but because it's in little shreds like this, it took me about an hour to actually remove the outer part, the skin. Yeah, so don't make that mistake as I did. Buy whole almonds, and remember, you're not buying almonds that have been salted or anything. We're talking about everything we do is just raw and pure. Okay. You're also going to need agave, which is a sweetener, and this is organic agave, and it's perfect for those of you who may, for everybody, but for those of you who may have diabetes, this is a good one to use because it is low on the glycemic index. And we're going to use about 3 to 4 tablespoons of lecithin, which we're going to mix into the cashew and blend it all together to make that lovely inner part. And then we're going to decorate it with some of the jackfruit. So without further ado, let us get on with today's recipe. Okay, let me move this out of the way a little and bring this forward. Okay, so what I'm going to do first and foremost is to peg the jackfruit. It comes in pegs. Let me just give my hand a quick wash, and then I can show you. Okay, so it comes in pegs, and I'm going to take some out to put in the cashew, and some I'm going to leave to decorate the cheesecake once we have done it. Okay, so let me just make sure you can see here. Okay, so like I said, this is the jackfruit and it comes in pegs. And these are the seeds that come out of the jackfruit. You can see each one has a seed there. And that's what the seed looks like. And I'm saving the seeds because I'm going to boil them. Yes, and the reason why is because the seeds contain a lot of nutrients as well. And I'm taking this. This is a cover for the seed there. So each time I take out the seed, I take out the dark bit, which covers the seed as well, because the seed tends to pop out and leave that bit in there. So as I was saying, the reason why I'm going to boil the seeds, and you can also dry them and you can roast them. I'm just putting these in here for now. This is what I'm going to blend in there, and then I'm going to chop some up and put in this bowl to decorate. Yes, so the seeds actually are just as nutritious as the actual jackfruit. You can see there, I've just squeezed out the seed. Let me do another one and show you, because I didn't hold that one up high enough. And what you can do actually, if you want to, which I thought about doing as well, is to boil the seeds or dry them or roast them and mash them and use them for the base of the pizza. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to boil them and then I will do them for the base of the pizza another time. So there's one seed. I'm putting it in the pot. And I'm taking another piece of, you can see here, as I take, it's like, we call this the peg of the jackfruit. And I'm going to open it. Oops, the seeds popped out again. So I'm going to put the seed over there and take out the inner bit, which is the bit that covers the seed. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that. And as I'm doing that, to save time, I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of the jackfruit while I'm doing it. I'll mention the seeds first, and the seeds. I remember when we were children, we used to take pleasure in boiling the seeds. We used to make little pots out of the condensed milk cans. Once they were cut open, we would bend the lid over to make a sort of handle, and we would build a little fire, our own little fire, when our grandmother was preparing the jackfruit and preparing the food. So we would build our own little fire, or if she was roasting something, then we would put the seeds to roast next to whatever she's roasting. Oops, come back here. Yes, so we used to take pleasure out of, sort of boiling the seeds and making it part of what we called it. We built little houses and called them our dolly house. So we would get the bamboo and things and make up our own little dolly house, and then we would cook our jackfruit seeds, which was one of the things that we would cook in our little pots. And we didn't know the value at the time, like so many things that we just took for granted. Of course, we did not know the value of our jackfruit and our jackfruit seeds that we were putting together. And I can tell you now that the jackfruit seed actually helps to improve digestion. It boosts your immune system. It supports weight loss. It can help you manage your blood sugar. Yes, and because it helps to lower blood sugar and help you manage your diabetes, I should say. The seed also reduces the risk of developing chronic diseases. So don't go too wild and eat too many seeds at once, because you will find that if you do eat lots of them at once, it will give you gas and cause a bit of bloating. So be careful not to go overboard with eating the seeds. Okay. um, and the actual jackfruit, these bits that I'm taking out now, is great. It actually has vitamin C and high levels of vitamin C and vitamin B. It also has potassium and high in fiber. So it helps to manage weight loss, like I said, and to manage blood sugar. It helps in heart health and skin health as well, surprisingly, because it helps in the production of collagen in the skin, and keeps you looking young and beautiful. Okay, so it also contains, I should mention here, phytonutrients that have anti-aging effects on your body. So it's a brilliant, brilliant food, and it's a great one to eat. I used to find actually that I couldn't eat much jackfruit. Whenever I would start to eat it, I could only eat maybe 2 or 3 of these pegs, and then I would just feel very full and couldn't eat anymore. We used to call that being Clyde when I was young. We'd say Clyde's me, because I can't eat much of it. But I found that of late, when I've started uh, being able to get hold of it again, because for years, when I was away from the country, I couldn't get hold of it. So it's great to be able to get hold of it again. And I find that I can actually eat more than 2 or 3 pegs. And also practicing using it in different types of recipes. It's great to do that. You can even have the green one as well, which you would obviously need to cook, because it excuse me. Oops. Yeah, you would need to cook the if you wanted to eat the green one, you would need to cook it. Yes. Okay, so it's well, you can say actually that the jackfruit is potentially a beauty food. Yeah. Like it's potentially a beauty food, because it helps to, like I said, increase the collagen in your skin, and obviously the elasticity of your skin. It stays really, really lovely and young, and just generally the phytonutrients in it um, keeps you nice and young looking. Yeah, so it's one that if you can get hold of it, that you can add to your diet. And also it's a great food to actually use and try for different things, because it's unusual, and it has this kind of flexibility about it. It's a great one to add to your diet. Okay, so now that and what I forgot to mention actually is something I've been experimenting on as well. Um, I won't tell you it yet. I won't tell you about that yet, because I want it to be a surprise. Yes, when I finished experimenting, I will let you know. Okay, so I think we have enough here to actually start the blending. I'm going to put about a cupful into the cashew. Like I said, I soaked the cashew last night and put it to drain this morning. So you can see there, it's about 2.5 cups there. And I'm going to add the jackfruit to it. So I'm going to add, that's about approximately, there we go. Approximately, I would say that's about 1.5 cups of jackfruit, and we'll see how it goes with that. Yes, and then I'm going to add the add that to the blender. Oh, did I mention the lime? Let me bring this over here so you can see. I don't know if I mentioned the lime juice. I'm putting the juice of half a lime in here, which I've already prepared. So here we are. This is the juice of half a lime. You can add more or less depending on your taste. And I've also taken the zest from the lime. So I'm going to add that zest to it as well, just to give it that little oomph. Yes, and I might just chuck in a couple more pieces of the jackfruit. And we're going to blend that. I'm not putting much agave in there because the jackfruit is very sweet, and I'm going to use it on the jackfruit that I'm going to place on top for the decoration. I'm going to use a little bit of that on there. So I'm not going to put any on. This jackfruit is very sweet. Okay, so I'm going to put a few heaped teaspoons of lecithin in here to make that creamy part of the cheesecake, the creamy inner part of the cheesecake. And there we go. Let us get this on the blender now. All right, let me turn this around so you can see over there. Let's get this on the blender. And I'm just going to let it run for a little bit like this, and I'm going to gradually turn it up and then put it on high speed. Okay, I know that looked like hard work. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I should have done the base first, but I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to quickly put the base in the food processor this time. Okay, I'm going to use the food processor and put the base in, which is the almonds and would have been dates. Soaked overnight as well, the almonds. But if you were doing another nut, I actually like pecans as the base, and that's a nice nut to use. It's just the right kind of consistency. Not that this one isn't, but you can use the pecans or other nuts, and you don't have to soak all the nuts overnight. The almonds is one of the nuts that you do need to soak before you use it. Okay, so let's process this one. I'm just getting the bowls ready. Don't just mix that up a bit. Now, when you use the dates, it actually blends a bit nicer because, as you probably know, dates are quite sticky. You could use prunes as well, but I'm not really too keen on using the prunes with this recipe. So let's let it run a bit longer until the nuts are a bit more blended. I'm just going to chop these up. The extra jackfruit. I'm going to chop it so that I can use it to decorate. Let me just check it. Right, I think we can use this now. As you can see, this can it's beginning to form a kind of dough. Yeah, so you've got a sort of dough there, and I'm going to put it in the bowls. You put that in first. You put the base in. I'm gonna let it continue on a bit later, so I'm not going to take it out of there. Oh, this is the wrong spoon. Just a sec. There we go. So you put the base in and just kind of flatten it, make it flatten it around your bowl. Remember to leave enough space for the cream and the dressing, okay? I can still see bits of this, the outer skin, the little bits of it. So hopefully, well, it won't do any harm, it being in there like this. So you can see I've made a sort of base there. I'll put a little bit more. I'm going to do 2 bowls of this. Okay, so there you are. I've made the base of our cheesecake in one of the bowls. Let me do it in the other one now. Actually, we don't need 2 bowls, do we? It's just me. It's just me that's going to be eating this today. So I'll just make the 1 bowl. All right, so there we go. We have that. We have that there, which is the base, and as you can see, it's quite sticky. So it's stuck there. And now we have the cheesecake part of the cheesecake. Let us rinse that off. And as you can see, it's quite thick. And once it's been in the fridge for a few minutes, it will thicken even more. So we have this lovely, authentic pizza thing going on there. Pizza, what am I talking about? Pizza, cheesecake. I've got pizza on the brain. I'm going to have to make a raw pizza for you in the very near future. Pizza is actually speaking to me. Okay, so there we go. We've got the creamy part. And of course, you can add different flavors to it. You can make chocolate. You can add different flavors. This is actually a jackfruit one, so I haven't added anything else to it. There we go. So we've got our cheesecake middle. There we go. Let me fill it right up so you can see it properly. There we go. Wow, that's looking lovely, actually. That's looking gorgeous. I can't help it. Let me taste a little. Good job I didn't put any agave in this one, because this jackfruit is very sweet. Okay. The jackfruits are not always as extra sweet as this, but this one is very, very sweet. But it's a nice sweet. You know, sometimes things are sweet, but they're sickly sweet. But most things actually, when they're natural and raw and they're naturally sweet, they don't have a sickly kind of sweet. It's when you add sweeteners that are not natural that tends to happen. Okay, so we have our pizza middle there, which is looking very enticing, I must say. Okay. I can tell you this is gorgeous. It really is. Okay. So I am now going to just I'm going to chop up the excess jackfruit and place it on there as a decoration. Yeah, so I'm just going to place these like, oops, you can't see that, can you? I'm placing them upright so that it makes a nice kind of pattern around it. There we go. I'll show you in a minute. I'll do it quickly so you can see. Let me see if I can bring that down so you can actually see what I'm doing there. That's just placing it in the cheesecake, making a nice pattern. There you go. Let's place some there. That's great. It's looking gorgeous. I was going to put some plums on it, but when I cut the plums, it was so hard to get the seed out, to get the plum off of the seed, because the plums have a big seed. And I just ended up abandoning the idea. I think this looks lovely anyway. So let me just quickly put some more bits on it. And you can decorate it with different fruits as well. You don't have to decorate it just with the jackfruit itself. You can decorate it with other fruits, you know, any fruit really that you fancy and that you think will actually complement the jackfruit. So just a few more bits and it will be ready. Okay, so I'm going to move a bit faster because our hour is almost up. So let me just put another couple bits on there and then I'll show it to you. Oops. Here we go. All right. Okay, there we are. We've got your jackfruit cheesecake. And I am going to have some fun eating this. This is gorgeous. So let me show you here. There it is. Your jackfruit cheesecake. You can see the base and you can see there the creamy bit in the middle and your jackfruit decorating it. And I will tell you, this really does taste gorgeous. So let me move on quickly and do the presentation. Luckily, it's a fairly quick one. And I am going to eat some of this. Okay. All right, let me get my stool back. Here we are. And I'll need a spoon. Okay, so, watch me. There we go. We've got some of the base, we've got the cream, and we've got the jackfruit dressing on top. I know this is gorgeous. So I don't even have to tell you, I'm sure you know. Yeah. This is absolutely spot on. Couldn't be better. Excuse me, let me take another spoonful before I quickly move on. Let me just wipe my hands. Like I said, excuse me, like I said, the presentation is about energy. It's about innovation. Innovation is when your body starts to lose energy and you're experiencing low energy, which causes fatigue. It can cause foggy thinking, lack of focus, memory issues, maybe even numbness in some of your fingers and pain in your joints. Your skin and nails and your hair tend to start looking lackluster. You started getting pains in your joints, as I said earlier. Just 1 second for me. Let me bring it up here. Your body's nerve energy is low. That's what's happening. Your body depends on your energy, your nerve energy. Without your nerves, your nervous system, you couldn't function at all. And when your nerve energy, I won't go into the reasons why it tends to become low, and I guess you can actually guess at some of the reasons. Your body's nerve energy becomes low. That's what they call enervation. And you may have even been diagnosed with chronic fatigue because you're constantly tired, or hypothyroidism, which is underactivity of the thyroid gland. And many of you put these symptoms down to just tiredness, or, it's just my immune system, or it's just age, etc. But low nerve energy could mean, and does mean, that you are possibly heading for more serious health problems. It's not just stress or age. It's better to have yourself checked as soon as possible if you're feeling that way. Yes, if you're experiencing any of the things I mentioned just now, get yourself checked. Don't wait for the situation to deteriorate, because that's what will happen. And you will begin to feel serious pain. Your condition will be a lot easier to reverse and treat before you develop serious degenerative disease. So, if you're feeling as if you have one foot on the brake and the other foot on the accelerator, yes, it's time to take action. Call me for a chat. Go to the link in bio and book a free discovery 15-minute chat with me. And if you want to chat longer, there you've got the option of a 1 hour chat as well. And you can either send me an email or a WhatsApp, just letting me know that you'd like to talk to me if for any reason you can't get the call booked, and we can discuss how I can help you. Like I said, I run programs which the main program is a 90-day program where I help and have helped hundreds of people in the past to completely reverse degenerative diseases and live a sickness-free life. Yes, a sickness-free life where they can look forward to health for the rest until they're ready to transition from here. Um, and the program actually is a transitional program. It takes in your whole body, mind, and spirit into consideration, and also using looking into any psychological issues that may be underlying your disease, which usually there is, yes, because disease first begins in the mind. So that's the holistic program. And like I said, I am Dr. KALEFAA Senna. I've been in this business now for over 2 decades, and I'm now launching my academy, and the academy will help you to become a certified holistic health practitioner, so you can go out there and do what I do. And I'm also available for talks and presentations and webinars and seminars. So if you want to book me, there is a link. I believe it should be up and running and working now on the same link in bio on Instagram. And you can book me for a talk or presentation, and it doesn't matter where you are. We can have a discussion about that. If the link is not working, just in case, you can still just book the free discovery call with me, and we can have a discussion about it. So with that said, I am going to move quickly on so we don't run out of time. And I am going to do our meditation for this week. So start to make yourself comfortable as you possibly can. Remember, if you're driving, you do not want to do this. You want to make sure that you are not doing anything that you have to focus on or focus all your energy or your attention on. You want to even if it's not quiet where you are, you don't have to have silence to meditate, because you're going inward. Yeah. So take a nice deep breath. And as you breathe out, as usual, just allow your body to relax and take your mind to the top of your head. As you're breathing out again, you'll take a second breath. And as you're breathing out, just allow your muscles at the top of your head to relax, and feel that relaxation as it spreads through your body, spreads down your face, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, all the way out to the tips of your fingers. And as you take that final deep breath, just as you release that, as you exhale, just really exhale and completely let go and feel that relaxation traveling all the way down your legs, your ankles, your bottom of your feet, all the way out to the tips of your toes. And just tell yourself, I'm going to allow myself to make the most of these few moments of deep relaxation. And as you're doing so, just bring your attention to the words that I'll be speaking to you. And this week is called Be Still and Know. And I don't think there's many people who are not familiar with that phrase. So be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Or if you prefer higher intelligence, higher power, I am still in thy presence. I am quiet and peaceful, for I put my trust in thee. A great stillness steals over me, and a great calm quiets my whole being as I'm sorry, quiets my whole being as I realize thy presence. The heart knows of thee, O most high within. It is still thy presence, and it puts its whole confidence in thee alone. In thy presence I am still. And again, this is another one by Mr. Ernest Holmes. Okay, just continue to relax, and as you gradually open your eyes, keep that feeling of relaxation and peace in the presence of the Most High. And gradually open your eyes and keep that peace with you for as long as you choose. Okay, I am so glad that you joined me this week. Remember to like, subscribe, and share for me. And I look forward to seeing you next week.